Welcome to Karijini Part 2. So we are starting the day today at Kermit's pool.
Yeah, so we're at Hancock Gorge in Karijini, and we're going to go do the 1.5k return down to the pool. It's meant to be a pretty cool walk, we've heard from a few people.
Yeah, you sort of got to walk through water and stuff.
Walk through water and kind of like scale on the rocks, so you got to wear kind of thongs or crocs. And yeah, they say 2 hours for that, but we'll see how we go. And we're here a little bit early, it's just after 8. Try and beat a bit of the traffic. Most people say it gets pretty busy kind of after 10:30, 11.
Yeah, all the popular spots once it starts to get a bit warmer.
Yeah, because that's the best time for swimming. But I mean, this one's meant to be pretty cold, but we'll see how we go. And then yeah, we might check out Weano and a couple other things around here too later on.
We're going down the stairs again to the gorge.
So we just finished off Hancock Gorge down to Kermit pools. Took us about 45 minutes return, and we probably spent about 15-20 minutes down there having a quick swim. It was a bit chilly, but it was really nice and awesome photo spots all through there. And yeah, but you definitely get wet walking down there too. Probably like knee deep water you got to walk through, and definitely either take your shoes off or wear thongs or crocs. But now we're going to check out Upper Weano. We really wanted to do Lower Weano. We've heard it's pretty good, but it's actually closed because of millipedes at the moment. So a bit unfortunate, but we'll make the most of it. Alright guys, we just did Upper Weano Gorge, and now we're at Oxer Lookout. It's only a short one, 280 metre return, so it should be a nice lookout over the gorges.
We then went back to camp and moved to another camp, which was 5 minutes out of Hamersley. That afternoon turned out to be really nice, so we decided to go to the gorge and try find the spa pools. One, go!
Alright guys, so we made it to Hamersley Gorge and checked out Spa Pool, which is kind of the insta-famous Karijini spot, which we've been seeing and wanting to visit for ages now.
It's quite, not unmarked, but it's sort of a little bit...
Yeah, I think they had a few incidents a few years ago and they kind of closed it for a while. Yeah. And now it's kind of like, not a marked walk, but like there's a few little markers and like you can kind of see where to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like a fully marked track.
So it is quite slippery, so yeah, do just take your time on it. But when you get down to the bottom of the gorge, it's to the right.
Yeah, so you walk down the hill, down to the main kind of swimming hole, and then turn right and go up kind of the creek, and you'll see stairs, and then you'll keep going and
you can see it from the stairs.
Eventually find it, but yeah, it's a bit of a rock scrabble to get there. But it was quite warm, warmer than Joffrey and Kermit.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock now, and it's warm, so
yeah,
it's worth doing in the Arvo.
But heaps of little spots along here too for a swim, and awesome outlook in the Arvo of that rock. But yeah, definitely recommend getting here.
Alright guys, so all the other walks we've done pretty early in the morning, but this one we decided to do in the afternoon because we're actually camping like 5 minutes down the road and we've basically got the whole place to ourselves, so recommend coming either early in the morning, not too sure how cold it might be though, or the afternoon, but yeah, there's heaps of, you've got this gorge, little pool up there and another little pool up there, and then the spa pool, so there's heaps of little spots to swim in. Yeah, really enjoyed this one. Alright everyone, it's that time of the Arvo again. Finish the gorge. How's this epic little spot? Sun's going down. This is a free camp and you've got epic views over here of this mountain range.
Guys, so we just thought we'd give you a bit of a rundown on the camps we've been doing while we're in Karijini. Obviously it's no lie that we've got dogs, so I mean most people will probably shy away from doing national parks when they're travelling, but we want to experience everything while we're this far away. And
yeah, especially how unique Karijini is. But it's actually probably been our favourite national park so far in terms of travelling with dogs.
Yeah, so like, I mean, most national parks is always like a caravan park or something that's either just at the start of the national park entry or not too far away where you can kind of get to. But I have to say Karijini has been awesome because there's been free camps, which, one, they're free.
Yeah.
Two, they've been pretty good in terms of not too busy, so you can get a real secluded spot. And you don't have to worry about the dogs and that as well. So
yeah, they're probably not busy as well. What Lox is saying is because there's heaps of you can just keep driving.
Yeah, like there'll be one pin, but it's like goes for bloody 20, 30 acres of kind of area or more.
Yeah.
And they're just all little roads, but that's good because you can kind of have different options and
have space, and like because we do have the dogs, they are staying in the caravan, so we'd try find somewhere with a tree that's got a bit of shade, so we knew that they would be nice and cool during the day. And that way we could open up the whole van and they were sweet in there.
Yeah, and I mean we did a couple and they were nothing special, but this one and the first one we did near Tom Price in Nameless Valley have awesome views of kind of the mountains around. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that there's heaps of free camp dog friendly options out here.
Yeah.
And I can't believe like how situated they are. Like there's one on the eastern side, there's one near Mount Bruce, and there's one up here at Hamersley. So they're all quite literally where you need to get to.
Yeah, they're sort of perfectly spread out.
Yeah, and I mean, if you don't want a free camp, there's Tom Price Caravan Park. And if you don't have dogs, then obviously there's Dale's Campground in the National Park, or there's the Karijini Eco Retreat.
Yeah. But the max we've had to drive is like half an hour from
a free camp to the gorge or whatever.
And then this one we're at is literally
5 minutes from Hamersley Gorge,
down the road.
which is awesome.
Yeah. So it's not like you're leaving the dogs all day long. We would sort of do something in the morning, as you guys have noticed, because it's particularly quiet, which is one factor, and it's not too hot. And then we'd come back to the van and have lunch, and then maybe do an arvo thing.
Try and do it in the cool parts of the day. So in the morning, and then in the afternoon, and kind of come back for that middle of the day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another thing too is dingoes. Dingoes are in the area. Last night we did hear a dingo go through camp. We didn't get to see him, but we could hear him. In terms of the dogs, we've had a few people be like, oh, really watch out, like, you know, put them on leads and stuff. We just make sure we've always got our eye on them. You know, we've both got an eye on one of the dogs.
Yeah, something to be aware of, but I mean, they're not really going to come out during the day and I don't think come near you.
No, it hasn't been.
Also, if you leave food out or whatnot, they might come through camp.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad in terms of that and bait, but yeah, it's pretty good we can bring them along.
Morning guys, so we left camp near Hamersley Gorge this morning and we're heading up the Red Dog Highway, eventually getting to Karratha, but we're making a stop along the way.
Yeah, we're going to go to Python Pools.
In the Millstream Chichester National Park.
Yeah.
So pretty much, you've got to go through it anyway to get to Karratha unless you go all the way around to Port Hedland.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's meant to be an unsealed road for a couple hundred k's, so it'll be a good little test before the gib for the van and the car and the dust and everything like that.
Yeah, there's red dirt everywhere at the moment.
Already,
so that's fun. But yeah, I have seen a TikTok video saying that there was pythons in Python Pools. So I'm a little bit scared, but hopefully we'll have a swim because by the time we get there, it'll be about lunchtime. Yeah.
It'll be quite hot, so it'll be nice for a lunchtime dip and something to eat, and then we'll keep trekking up to Karratha. Alright guys, so we've just done kind of the first half of this road up to Karratha, and pretty much from Hamersley Gorge for about 130 k's, we're just looking at the maps, about 50k before the turn off to Python Pool was all rough kind of road, not too badly corrugated, in parts there was, but more so just like you have to slow down for all the dips and potholes. It'd be probably a bit quicker in a car. You'd probably do 60 to 80, maybe a bit more the whole way. But we were doing like averaging probably 60. Sometimes we get up to 70 or 80, but we'd have to slow right down to like 20 to 40 k's for the big dips and whatnot. So it's pretty slow going, and yeah, just a bit of a long slog. But now it's bitumen after this railway, so I'm hoping that's for the rest of the way, which will be pretty good. Alright guys, I forgot to mention, but we let our tyres down before we got to Hamersley Gorge. About 38 on the van and 28 on the car. Not too much, but just enough to soften the ride a bit. And the road was pretty good up until that last kind of 100 and so k on this road that we were on. But I also just looked on Wikki Camps, and there's a little pin called Cowcumber Creek There's also another little pin there for like the railway. So if you look at that, that's pretty much where the gravel ends and the bitumen starts heading north. So that gives you a fair idea on how far you're going to travel before you hit bitumen.
So we were going to go to Python Pool, but then Lox was sort of looking into it and it says no caravans, and we had a little look on like Google Maps.
It's like a one-way thing on a bit of a hill mountain, and it's not really enough room for two cars going past, and if we could go to someone, we probably can't reverse uphill, and the car park itself looks pretty small. I heard some guy on Wikki said he did get an 18-foot van in there, but it could be a bit sketchy if other people were there. And also the dogs, we don't really know where to leave them. So.
Sort of rest stops. Oh, a bit windy. No sort of rest stops or anything near it where we could leave the van and leave them in it. So anyway, we just decided we'll keep going. There's supposed to be a little gorge. We'll stop there. But the whole thing's dried, so joys of travelling.
There's meant to be a little watering hole here in a gorge, but
there's
not. I think it's on the other side of the train tracks, so you can't really get over there. But anyway, we're stopping for lunch and going to head up to Karratha and maybe go to a beach camp near there. So.
Right guys, so a little sushi hack for the road if you're a sushi lover like me. Just get a tuna, or you could get chicken or whatever you want, and then these little mini packs. And then your Kewpie, and mix it all together with your rice in a bowl, and then you just use the little pack. But my rice is currently in the rice cooker thanks to the 32 degrees WA heat. I'm gonna get my little seaweed, pinch it together.
Alright guys, so that wraps up Karijini. We had an awesome time exploring all the different gorges and walks through there. And we made it up to Karratha.
Yep, and to find out what beach we made it on, stick around for next week's episode. And please give this video a like and subscribe and a comment down below if you enjoyed it.